Hi, everyone. There's no Dave. He's okay. He can stay there. His time's coming. So if you don't know, I'm Kelsey's mom, Tammy. I don't even know where she is. Hi, Kels. Hi, Pat. As the wedding's in Virginia, and we're from Massachusetts, we adopted a couple Southern wedding customs, and one of them, we're told, is to officially welcome you all before the festivities. So on behalf of Dave and I, Lori and Todd, Jeff and Sue, welcome to all of you who traveled far and farther to be here tonight to celebrate with Kelsey and Pat as they begin their married life together. I promise this is short, but I did want to take a moment to answer the most asked question during the wedding planning process, and that is, why Charlottesville? Does anyone live in Oh, Harlan, sorry. One person out of all of you lives in Charlottesville. So just briefly, after Kelsey moved to DC after college, she was out one night with some friends at a bar, and one of those friends, who may be here tonight, Emma, asked a tall guy who was walking by to take their photo. The handsome tall guy then asked if anyone was single, and the single girl that night was Kelsey. So phone numbers were exchanged, and a love story began. Pat subsequently moved to Charlottesville, and this is their special place. So that's the reason you are all here tonight. And then the second most asked question, the dress code. No, just kidding. You all look great, and you all did fantastic. So we truly thank you for being here tonight. Kelsey and Pat, we hope you have a magical evening and that everyone has a wonderful night. So cheers.
Is this on? Hey, is everyone having a good time? Yeah, all right, excellent. Hold on. Oh. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. For those who don't know me, I'm Kelsey's dad. Oh, I got like 10 pages, so if you keep clapping, it's going to take forever. Thank you to all our friends and family for traveling to be here today to celebrate Kelsey and Pat. To Laurie, Todd, Jeff, and Sue, thank you for raising such a wonderful man. Give it up. Who my daughter has chosen to spend the rest of her life with. As a father, this day is filled with many emotions. Seeing our only child all grown up and officially beginning a new chapter in her life. Lately, I have been reflecting on our times together. Special milestones over the years, milestones for both Kelsey's life and mine. Going back to the day Kelsey was born, that first time I held her in her arms in the hospital one cold December night, holding this little person in my arms and just looking in her eyes and wondering what kind of person she would grow up to be, what kind of father I would be, and what kind of life she'd carve out for herself. Flashing forward a few years, teaching her to read, ride a bike, Girl Scout meetings, tossing her in the swimming pool, trying anything to bribe her to go down the water slide at Disney World, making the huge mistake of taking her on Snow White's Scary Adventure as her very first ride when she was just 3. There was no more rides the entire vacation. As a new dad, I had visions of coaching soccer, perhaps Little League and various other sports. Kelsey chose competitive dance instead. And we spent many a weekend at dance competitions, but never have I regretted a moment of it. Dance has always been a big part of your life. From our family favorite crazy dance video when you were about 2 years old to our Saturday morning father-daughter practices. The time you made me dance with you at your summer camp's talent show. Dance recitals, the Andover Slam performances. Few from there, okay. And of course, those endless dance competitions. Many, many special memories that I will cherish always. I feel so fortunate that Kelsey and I have always had a special bond. I have shared in many of her interests, crossword puzzles, good sushi, even dancing to some degree. She has also shared in some of my interests, sometimes as a willing participant, and other times just to humor me. We used to solve math problems just for fun. Or at least I had fun. I think she was just good at it. Kelsey has always been a high achiever academically, or as we say from Boston, my kid is wicked smart. Yeah, that's right. She's attended some great schools, and just last week embarked on a graduate program from Cornell. But the best thing she got out of those institutions is this great group of friends that you see here today. They're also all wicked smart. We've always shared the same sense of humor. I don't know exactly what that says about me having the same sense of humor when she was 8 years old, but we did share many a good laugh over SpongeBob episodes and Napoleon Dynamite. Oftentimes we'll see or hear something, look at each other, and just burst out laughing. One special recent memory I hold dear is our hiking trip a few years ago, where we got to experience the Grand Canyon, Zion National Park, and Bryce Canyon for the first time. That was an amazing trip, as were all the adventures we had taken over the years. Kelsey. I've never been prouder of you than I am right now. Looking at you and seeing how beautiful you are, but also seeing the confident, talented, compassionate woman you have become. You are indeed all of that, but you'll always be my little girl. Okay, Mom and I recently watched. I noticed no one tried during their speeches yet, and I wasn't gonna. All right. I noticed, Mom and I recently watched Father of the Bride again, the Steve Martin version. It actually came out 33 years ago, same number of years that we've been married. And we get to celebrate our anniversary on this very special day. As I watched it this time, I could really relate to the father of the bride. One of the lines that stood out to me was this: growing up, you worry about her going out with the wrong kind of guy. But then she gets a little older, and you quit worrying about her meeting the wrong guy, and you worry about her meeting the right guy. And how do I know that Patrick is the right guy for Kelsey? Well, Patrick gets Kelsey. He understands when to support her, when to push her, and when she needs her alone time. He reaches for her hand when she needs his steady hand the most. He loves her unconditionally. As a father, what more can I ask? So that brings us to Patrick. Don't worry. Welcome to the family. As Kelsey's parents, we've always wanted the best for her, of course. I wanted to find someone who admires her the way I do. I see that admiration and love when you do small things for her, like bringing her Stanley mug when she's lying on the couch and doesn't want to get up. cooking her mac and cheese night after night, and calling her every day to check in. I've seen the two of you enjoying many fun times together and celebrating each other's successes, but I've also seen how you respect her, care for her, and support her during difficult times. I know she will always be able to count on you. 33 years ago, Tammy and I had our life and dreams ahead of us. And by the way, Tammy is the true rock. Where did she go? There she is. She's the true rock in our family and always done so much for us and still does. Yeah. Get it up. Oh, he's crying. I am blessed to have her as my wife and Kelsey's mom. Happy anniversary, honey. We love you. But going back, we did not know how our life together was going to turn out or how many kids we would have. But we were blessed to have Kelsey, and a few years later, we said, why ruin a perfect record? So now, please join me in a toast. Kelsey, you have been the light of my life for over 31 years. Today, you start your new life with Patrick, and I know you are also the light of his life. May the two of you have a fantastic life ahead, and with each year, growing your love for one another. May your marriage be filled with love, laughter, happiness, and joy. Cheers to Patrick and Kelsey Goggins.
Dave, that got me. I mean, it's like, not cry. Hi, everybody. My name is Anne. I'm also emotional because I'm pregnant, but it's fine. I'm going to get it together. Stop going after Dave talking about holding her. All right. My name is Anne, and I'm one of Kelsey's friends from Wellesley. Before I dive in, I want to take a moment to recognize Kelsey and Pat's parents, Tammy and Dave, Lori and Todd, Jeff and Sue. You have raised two remarkable and thoughtful human beings, and the beauty of their relationship started well before they even met each other, much thanks to the love and care you poured into raising them. So thank you. A few months ago, I got a phone call from Kelsey with some news. The beautiful bachelorette party house that she had picked out had been sold. The one that Kelsey had handpicked over a year ago, the one she had added to her famous bachelorette PDF, the one she had already assigned rooms for, crafted a vision around, perfectly located. It was perfect, and it had been sold about 8 weeks before the upcoming bachelorette. My immediate reaction was, uh-oh. But Kelsey was all good. She received the news with tremendous grace and a newfound go-with-the-flow attitude. We love. Anyways, the story got me thinking, and I think a lot of the beauty of Kelsey and Pat's relationship shines through not just this story, but the entire journey that led up to this wedding today. Kelsey's enviable capacity for planning and executing on a vision with an eye for the details, coupled with a layer of ease and conviction that it'll all work out, which I think comes from Pat, all in service for the people who they love. When I think of Kelsey, some of the things that come to mind are her impeccable playlists, stunning home design, creative Halloween costumes for Millie, PowerPoints to plan out perfectly coordinated outfits, her legendary charcuterie boards. The list goes on. In a lot of ways, her eye towards the details, towards flawlessly executing on these things, carries through to the way that she shows up for her friends. She makes those around her feel so loved and seen via her heart for the details. Whether it's her thoughtful, on-point response to a text, We're good? The way she wants to hear all about your most recent trip. The way she has a knack for going to the heart of the matter when you're thinking through something. Or the way she plans trips to visit friends just because she thinks they could especially do for a visit. Or to plan the most perfect bachelorette party. In this case, I'm referring to the one she beautifully planned for me, not the one she planned for herself. Both were amazing. Kelsey's simply a wonderful friend. I think this is where Pat comes in. Pat, you hold those around you with so much steadfast love. You show up for people with acts of service, like when you brought coffee to Kelsey every day, or when you came over to help Phil move all the furniture in our apartment before Theo was born. But more importantly, I've witnessed the way you truly cherish those you love with so much unconditional love and loyalty. You frequently remark that a given person in your life is one of the best people you know. And I really think you genuinely think that. I think you love the individuality and the quirks and personalities of your people without condition. You have an eye for the good in people always. You delight in your friends and your family, and especially in Kelsey. And I think it's that unconditional love that brings the Kelsiest parts of Kelsey out. As I look at Kelsey and Pat today, I'm reminded of just how well they complement each other. Not in the sense that one's strengths are the other one's weaknesses, but more in the sense that they each allow the other one to be the most full and at-peace version of themselves, leaning to the beauty of their strengths without letting them become hindrances. In our friend group, we have a tradition where each week we share our rose, bud, and thorn, something good, something bad, and something we're looking forward to in the coming week. I have felt blessed to have a true front row seat as Kelsey's weeks and months have become rosier and rosier. It isn't because everything is perfect. Life has thrown its fair share of curveballs, like the Bachelorette house. But it's because everything is good. And isn't that the perfect way to go into marriage? Kelsey and Pat, as a team, you exemplify what true love and partnership are all about. You show up for each other, for your loved ones, and you throw a heck of a party. Don't worry, this page is short. I have no doubt that your life together will be filled with love, laughter, and flawlessly executed get-togethers. So here's to you, Kelsey and Pat. We love you.
All right, this is not going to be as sappy as the previous ones, but it's okay because that perfectly describes Pat and I. If you don't know, I'm Mal, Pat's sister, if you can't tell from looking at us. And I'm truly honored that Pat asked me to give this speech tonight. So before we hit the dance floor, I think there are 4 things everyone should know about Pat. Number 1. Pat's laugh is incredible. So I want everybody to picture it. The year is 1997. The movie is Flubber. The theater is packed. And like Pat now, he just finds this movie hysterical. So hysterical, in fact, that he becomes a popcorn and soda sprinkler all over the man in front of him. Who didn't find it as funny. But despite it all, I hope everyone in this room has a chance to hear Pat's genuine laughter because it is one of the best sounds I've ever heard. Number 2, as you all know, he's incredibly friendly. If I'm going to a party and I don't know anyone, I'm totally bringing Pat. But I have to say, be warned, because if you send him on a mission, it might only benefit himself. Like that time that the cousins all sent him to charm a family into a boat ride at the river, and he came back hours later with an offer for a boat ride, but only for himself. Smooth move. Thanks. My third fact that everybody here should know, and it's probably my best Pat fact, as I now call them, is that Pat loves uncooked noodles. So growing up, Pat used to sneak into the kitchen, which is also surprising because quiet and stealthy are not words anyone uses to describe Pat. And he would take boxes of uncooked noodles to his room to eat. So when he moved out, his room literally looked like a noodle warehouse. But like also maybe showed his ability to enjoy life's simple pleasures. I don't know. And number 4 is he absolutely loves dogs. So Pat calls me one day and he's like going on and on and on about this dog he met. And I'm like, Pat, are we talking about a girl or a dog? And he's like, no, Mal, we're talking about a dog. And I was like, all right. And he was like, but the girl is pretty cool too. But I have to say, I agree. Kelsey, you compliment Pat in the best ways. You keep him organized, you cringe at his jokes, and you truly value family. And I'm so excited you're officially my sister. And Pat, don't worry, I'm also excited that I'm Millie's aunt, but maybe call her just a little less. I also hope everybody in this room gets to experience him saying that once, but only once. So let's raise a toast to Pat and Kelsey. I hope your marriage is as epic as Pat's laugh, as fun as his snack choices, and as filled with love as his heart. Cheers.